Hi everybody, welcome to TechKnow Tuesdays where we talk about FTC and other technology stuff. I'm Phil.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kendrick.
So Kendrick, do you have some information for us today?
We're still going to run with that joke?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
I think it's standard.
So I did find two interesting posts. So the first one I found was asking about tread. This team had found tread that does damage the field whenever their robot's running in 100% power, right? So they were wondering if they made it so that during the test that the inspectors ran, if they would run it at a lower power that caused it not to damage the field, if that would be all right.
No.
Interesting. So
they're basically taking after VW.
VW,
here, right?
yes. Yeah, so the real question is, so I would say, of course, does it run harder than that during the play? And
Right.
if it does, then of course, I don't see how that's a reasonable test. But on the other hand, if their software automatically see if they had some way to verify from their software that they were doing something that they thought would damage the field, and if they run that all the time, that would be reasonable.
Right.
But just running it during that's just like saying let's cut our joysticks to quarter power when we run the safety test, and that's like not what the rules say.
Yeah. That would be interesting, though, to have software that you could do that with.
Right. So I know that, I mean,
Super
for example,
software.
Cougars do a ton of stuff in their software. I mean, they have a trailing wheel. They have a follower wheel that just rolls along the ground so they can measure how fast and far they're moving. They do that in addition to the encoders, so that way they can tell if they're jammed up against something. They know their wheels are going around, but they know they're not moving. So therefore, they're scrubbing the tire, so they could stop doing that at that point.
That's pretty cool.
Because I know they use that in autonomous to detect when they've run into something. You know, they can tell they've done that. So it's feasible.
Yeah. That's
Right.
really interesting.
Yeah. So what was the other thing you read?
So carabiners are legal.
Carabiners?
I actually did not know that until I read that, but
Well, so I guess this is in context of grabbing hold of the rails and lifting yourself up.
probably. But yeah, so they're considered legal.
Makes sense.
That would be a pretty cool way to grab a hold of them. You know, you wouldn't let go.
You are not
You
allowed.
wouldn't want to do it in autonomous.
That would be really bad.
You're also not allowed to put resistors in line with the motors.
Despite the fact that in the old days they came with a fuse that would blow, which was kind of like a resistor. But yeah,
Right.
you're not allowed to
And
put
that's-
resistors in line. Interesting.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Bit of a slow week.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
good, because I got a bunch of stuff. I have a topic that requires a visual aid, so this could take a little while.
Yeah.
Can we give this segment a name?
This is the everything you wanted to know about center of gravity, but we're afraid to ask.
Yeah. So that title's only like that
Yeah,
long.
I know. Sorry. Okay, can you put that on the screen here? So clearly, I've been watching a few videos of some of the scrimmages that have been coming out, and they're interesting because this stage of the game, the robots are fairly basic, and they're just doing a bunch of driving around. But from our own tests and from watching some of these videos, the key issue, there's two key issues with a robot. It seems to me is like, do you have enough traction to get up onto the mountain, and once you get on the mountain, can you climb the mountain without falling over? It seems to be the 2 points. Now, we'll ignore traction for a while because we talk to death wheels, but the ability to climb that mountain and not fall over is the key thing. And I think most teams will say, well, you need to have a low center of gravity because it makes the robot more stable. But the real question is, A, do you know why that's true? And B, how do you determine where your center of gravity is? I mean, we know that you want it low, but how low is low? So I have a visual aid here. So this is a robot drivetrain, and it's, I faked it out by putting some weight up high to make a point. So the first thing you want to do is, what is the center of gravity? Well, that's where, if all the mass of your robot was in one place, where would that place be? So the way to find that out is to use a balance method. So I put a nail here, and I've just picked a point on the robot and just swinging like this, right? And I'm going to put a string here with a weight on it, and you'll see it makes a line. So I'm just going to draw down this line, like that, okay? I'm going to move this nail to another point and do the same thing. Let it balance, and then have the string down here and draw a line through there. Now you see that they've crossed at a certain place. I'm going to do another test here. This is getting dangerous. We'll see if this is a good test or not. So I'm going to swing this thing and stop it swinging. And look at that. It comes right in the same place. So there's the center of gravity. So now, here's the trick. If I take my string and stick it in the middle of the center of gravity, so what this is telling me is, if I draw a line straight down from my center of gravity, depending on where what angle my robot's on, I can tell whether it's going to fall over or not. If the string hits inside the wheelbase, the robot's stable. If the string is outside of the wheelbase, the robot is going to fall over. And so that's an illustration of center of gravity and why you want it to be low. If this center of gravity was much lower, it'd be much harder for me to find an angle where that line fell outside the wheelbase. So that's when it's stable. Then when you're driving and pushing and twisting and the torque is wanting to lift you back, it's even worse. So center of gravity, stability. Woohoo! Do you think they're buying it?
I sure hope so.
Okay.
Are you guys buying it?
The more you know.
The more you know, the better off you are. That's right. And so not only in my case do you want the center of gravity low, but you also want the center of gravity way up forward, so that then it falls way in front of the, way inside the wheelbase.
So how might you move the center of gravity?
By putting as much of the heavy parts of your robot towards where you want the center of gravity to be. So in our case, you want them down low and you want them up front. So for example, if you've got 4 drive motors for your drivetrain, you don't want to put them like near the wheels. You want to put them right up front. So maybe the front ones are direct attached and the back ones have a long chain up to the motor up front. So you put your motors up front. Obviously, you want to put your battery up front. Anything that's heavy, low, forward.
Or you could do what we did in previous years and take a block of steel and put them in the front. That really sets it up.
Yeah, so as long as you're not disadvantaging yourself by adding weight, that's a great way. So if you're trying to lift at the end, you may not want to do that. But if you're not planning to lift, block of steel up front, good idea.
Or if you have, a strong enough lift mechanism.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Big winch.
And the robot's not too heavy that it damages the pull-up bar.
That's right. Yes, one would hope that 1 inch cross-sectional aluminum would be strong enough.
Well,
Hopefully.
you get a 1,200-pound robot. Begins to put a lot of
Surprised
stress on that.
I'm surprised they haven't put a weight limit on these robots.
On FTC, yeah.
Well, but more than anything, there's a weight limit on the FRC robots because of OSHA requirements of what a 2-man lift is. Well, someone could be stupid and do a 200-pound FTC robot if they really wanted to be. So it is odd that there isn't a requirement for a weight limit.
Yeah.
So what you got, Kevin?
I'm going to talk about the new Void simulator that they've been working on now. So it's a real-life simulator that you put on a suit, which includes a helmet, vest, gloves, and just a bunch of stuff like that. And then you run around a little building, and it simulates all the walls for you. So it's like just a plain wall, but if you look at it with the mask
Assuming
on,
we have goggles on,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If you look at it with the helmet on, it looks like something totally different, like it's in a game. So unlike a lot of other simulators where you can run around and stuff, but you're really just running on like a treadmill, this you're actually running, gaining momentum, stopping on your own, and
So if you run into a wall in this game,
it's
you
gonna
actually
hurt.
run into the
It's
wall.
gonna hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a good idea too.
So a good way to visualize this is like a laser tag building,
Yeah.
but with the Oculus Rift making everything
yeah.
look
So you could either be running
Really
around in
cool.
a space station or a medieval dungeon or a
Right.
forest or
Yeah.
whatever. So to you it looks real, but it's not real, but it is there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it has substance, but the reality part is augmented.
And some
Cool.
of the other stuff about it's pretty cool too. Like the vest itself apparently makes you feel stuff. So certain parts of the vest can expand and retract to, like if something,
Take a shot.
yeah, if you get shot, then wherever you got shot at expands really quick and makes it
Feel
feel
it.
like you got shot.
Oh boy, I can't wait till this becomes as common as laser tag
Yeah, I know.
places.
And then they also have cool gloves too, which lets you interact with the scene and the game. So
So I guess the key is here that in addition to whatever sensors you have on you, there must be cameras in the environment monitoring
Yeah.
you, tracking you, doing all that motion tracking stuff.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot about it, how they do that, but it looks pretty interesting.
So where are they doing this currently?
Utah.
Utah.
Yeah. They already had some beta testers apparently, and they all thought it was really cool. I looked it up, and there were some really good reviews of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What about the goggles? They'd have to be pretty high def to be.
Yeah, they're 1080p. So both each eye has 1080p.
1080p on each eye.
Yeah,
How are they doing that?
magic. You got a little 1080p screen in there.
Who knows?
Yeah.
They're not using quantum dots or anything.
Yeah,
They're using quantum dots to get double the resolution.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how they're doing that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Double the resolution. Interesting.
Half the pixel size.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it must be tiny because to get that kind of resolution in a small sensor. Although I guess it's like, I guess if they can do it on a camera.
Yeah, or like a phone, because I know there's apparently, Kendrick, wasn't there that phone that's like 4K now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sony
Nexus 1 or something like that.
So
it's a
it's
Sony phone.
Yeah, so it's totally possible to get a lot of little pixels,
Right.
but that's what they should do is change it out to 4K.
Yeah, a 4K 5-inch phone. It's pretty packed in there.
Yeah. But that'd
I
be
guess by the time it
pretty
becomes common in 3 or 4 years' time, it'll be like, whatever. You know,
4
that's low resolution.
4K is not enough res.
That's right. Can you implant it directly in my head?
Wow, your phone doesn't have 12K resolution.
Like, how can you live with that? All right, Mr. Kendrick, do you have something else for us?
Nope.
No? You got nothing else for us?
The autonomous trucks.
Okay, Thomas Trucks.
The autonomous trucks. So there's an Australian mining company
Sweet.
that
Them Aussies.
that has some autonomous dump trucks.
Are these like the monster big dump trucks?
Really big ones.
Really big
The
ones.
really big ones with like the ladders and everything. So apparently they can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year.
Unless it's a leaf year.
Case your math. Right. But yeah, so they're more efficient than running regular drivers because, they don't have to take breaks and shifting and braking and all that.
They're not as
efficiency
tardy.
stuff. They're not as tardy.
It doesn't matter if people don't come to work that day.
Yeah.
I see. And how do they control these things? Is it autonomous, Kendrick?
See, that's where I'm skeptical. I've got my skepticals on.
Okay.
Right, because they say it's controlled from a facility, what is it, 1,200 kilometers away, and yeah.
So you think that someone's driving in a simulator 1,200 miles away?
I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like, but also,
They're
also
calling them
kinda
autonomous, though, aren't
Right. They say that they're autonomous, but then they say that they're controlled in a facility.
they? See, I'm figuring that it's like there's some guy that's saying, yeah, truck number 3, you're doing it okay. Truck number 4, you're okay. Truck number 5, wait, go over there, you're not full yet. So that's the kind of level of control that I'd expect. Otherwise, you'd have to have, a little simulator guy for each one of these.
Yeah.
And even the lag time, from that far away.
And then you still got the tardiness issue.
That's right, exactly.
So that kind of,
It kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I guess work would be a little bit more comfortable. It's like a room and you're sitting there playing something similar to a
Right.
video game. So
Yeah.
let's race.
Well, on these monster trucks, they say that it's arduous and hot, and I'm thinking, man, you could have like a whole, refrigerated cab on that thing, and no one would even notice. To be such a little tiny spot,
Yeah.
amount of energy required. But anyway, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Will you
So-
buy that for $1?
I'll buy that for $1. I'll buy a 7-meter high truck for $1. Okay, so that's good. So we're talking about introducing a new segment next week where we blow something up, right?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so we're going to think about blowing up FTC stuff. What can we blow up? Motor
Samantha
controllers,
module?
Samantha module. Yes. I think
Oh,
we'd
that's
all like to
actually-
blow
that's
that
a
up.
good
Take it
one.
out with a bang.
We could open it up and then apply 12 volts across where
Well,
it
we
should
could
be
go grab a
5.
couple. We could go grab like 5 of the FRC batteries, hook them up in series.
See
and
how
feed
high
it
we
straight
can
in.
go
Yeah.
before what happens?
You know what? Let's
Blue
just plug.
smoke
You know
comes
what? Let's just plug 120 volts AC
Straight in.
directly
my.
onto it.
Oh my. Kids, don't try this at home. Alrighty.
Oh, actually, Phil, you know what? Just
I
as you-
don't think that Kevin's mentioned Kickstarter.
Just as you
that's
were about to
right.
say that, I have a Kickstarter thing.
Oh,
so,
boy.
today we got
Almost
approval
worried
to
there.
launch our Kickstarter. So we
This is
can
the
actually,
Blinkmaster Kickstarter.
yes. So we can do that now actually
What did
because
you
I have
do?
my fancy little laptop
Oh
here.
no, let me see.
Oh man! So all we gotta do is click the
The button.
left button.
Launch your project.
Would you like to do that, Phil?
No, I think you should do it.
Oh,
You
okay.
already-
Okay. Now we'll
Reach
see.
around.
Eh.
Did it get it?
A few more important reminders.
No.
Quick, spin it around.
we'll go ahead and get it launched.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah,
We're
let's
we're
try.
launching it.
Okay.
Launch project
oh,
now.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go
Here we
again.
go.
Okay.
We'll try this again.
Are they going to give us?
Then
an
it's
Are
going
you
to pop
sure
up.
button?
Are you sure?
Eh. Did it work?
Please,
Is it live?
please, something. Please accept our rules.
No!
Accept the rules.
We already did that. Oh,
Do you have to click on that button there or something like that?
Maybe.
There must be a checkbox.
Well, you can see.
Or you have to scroll down all the way.
Fees, breakdown, blah, blah,
Breakdown?
blah,
No,
video
no,
fees, blah.
Ooh.
Our rules, your responsibility.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there.
Okay, okay.
Under the button.
Okay.
One
here,
more time.
Here we go
One more
again.
time.
Here we go again.
All
Here we
right.
go again. Did it work?
Just thinking.
Viewers at home, did it work?
Drum roll. Here's your project. Oh, we have a URL.
Oh man,
Yes.
Sweet.
So it worked.
So it's live.
Do we have
then.
any person? Has anyone subscribed yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. So on that
All right.
note, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from them.
Bye.
Bye.